Brexit talks are ongoing this week amid a huge fishing row with the EU, but fishing disputes are nothing new, and Norway even requested to police British waters in the past, staggering documents unearthed by Express have revealed. With just 2 weeks to go until the end of the transition period, the UK and EU must come to an agreement on fishing rights if a trade deal is to be reached. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been pushing for the UK to take back control of its waters and to operate a Norway-style system whereby access for other countries is negotiated annually. He has even threatened to deploy Royal Navy warships to patrol British waters if an impasse on this issue tips the UK into a no-deal situation. However, EU sources reportedly claimed last night he has made one huge concession and dropped his fight for fishing vessels operating under the UK flag to be majority British-owned. The UK has a history of fishing disputes with its neighbours, in particular Norway, another significant coastal power. Back in 1982, the two countries clashed over fishing numerous times and Norway even requested to enforce Norwegian laws on their ships in UK waters. However, this was rejected by the authorities in Britain, who asserted that enforcement should be the responsibility of the coastal state. Documents unearthed by Express.co.uk at the National Archives reveal a request from the Norwegian government to overfly part of the UK's fishing waters to search for some of their own vessels. At the time, Norway had imposed a prohibition on herring fishing by its own vessels under its country's national laws. However, due to the Common Fisheries Policy and a Norway-EU agreement, Norwegian vessels were allowed to fish in other countries' waters, where Norway had no legal jurisdiction. For this reason, the Norwegian flight tasking authorities asked Maritime Headquarters in Portrevy, Scotland for permission to conduct an air search in UK waters for Norwegian vessels breaking this law. The purpose of the flight would be to look for and photograph a number of Norwegian purse seine fishing vessels, which they suspected were herring fishing in the North Sea. They proposed that they would prosecute them once they returned to Norway. However, the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries for Scotland, DAFS, rejected the request. One official aide wrote in a letter to the Maritime, Aviation and Environmental Department (MAED), "I felt that inevitably a flight in the area would be the prime object of exercising some kind of control over the Norwegian fishing vessels involved and that this would not be acceptable to the UK who, as a coastal state, has sole responsibility for fisheries enforcement in the area."